instead of spending like a week thinking about all the ways it should have worked and this should have happened, and if this had have happened then that would have been better, and kind of in this place of like shoulda, woulda, coulda, instead of being in that place, the quickest that you can switch and get focused on that new goal, that new vision, that new direction, and just getting over the fact that that first go didn't work, the quicker you can actually get to what you want it is that what it is that you want to do. You can like get to that point where it does work and it is working perfectly. Okay, just a quickie, I need to tell you about my secret weapon for building online businesses. You've heard me say it before, but you need to be using KAJABI. KAJABI is how I run my website, my courses, my webinars, my email list. Literally every single aspect is run on KAJABI. And the reason why I love it is that I don't have to faff around with all of this crazy tech trying to link it together. I just sign into one platform and I can run my entire business from that place. And I just have to remember one password, which is ideal. So if you want to give it a try, I've got a free 30-day trial link. Just go to carlymyers.com/KAJABI. I love it. I've been shouting about it for ages now, and everyone else that I recommended to loves it too. So make sure you do that. I know you're going to love it, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hello, my friend. I hope you're good. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening or watching wherever you are, whether you're listening on Apple or on Spotify or whether you're watching on YouTube. Thank you so much. It means so much that you're here. And it also makes my job so much easier to know that this is really helping. I love putting out this content. I'm on a major mission to put out even more content. I'm actually on a mission to put out at least 3 pieces of fresh new content every single day across all platforms, across Twitter, across TikTok, across YouTube, across podcast, all over Instagram, Facebook, all the places. So I so appreciate all of your feedback. I love hearing what you really love, and please let me know what you want more of. Like if you have a question for me, slide into my DMs and ask me that question, because I will do a YouTube short or a reel or a podcast or whatever. I want to make sure that this content I'm creating is exactly what you need. So it's really helpful for me if you do, ask me those questions, and then I can create some content on it. So thank you so much. I have got as you know, I was away in New York. By the way, if you can hear screaming dinosaurs in the background, it's because Frankie and Margot are off sick at the moment. I don't know what it is with kids, like in the morning, I'm sure I used to do the same, but in the morning when they're meant to go to school and they're literally on death's door, like they've got raging temperature, they're like, I gotta go to school, and you're like, oh no, so ill. So I kept him home. I had loads of content to create today, and I was like, damn it. But then now he's running around like an absolute psycho dinosaur. I feel like he's fine. But yeah, so he's home. So Kurt actually moved some of his clients around so that he could be home for a couple of hours so that I can get this content done and get this out to you. So that was so helpful. But if you do hear that in the background, that's what's going on. So as you know, I was away in New York and I absolutely loved it. I got so much clarity, and this experience with Girls Building Empires has been so interesting, because when I first came into it, I kind of came into it with my vision for what I was creating for my business, the kind of the coaching angle and everywhere that I was going with that. And as it's evolved, I've just realized that everyone is so different. This community is so different. Not everyone wants to be a coach. Not everyone has the same skill sets, and some people are massively skilled in other areas that maybe don't fit in those kind of boxes. So I really had this kind of moment of clarity while I was away, that instead of trying to make everyone a coach and say this is the only way to build an online business, I really want to bring you what I believe are the smartest side hustles of 2023, and side hustles that really fit different personality types. So I love, not that I love being on camera, because it's not always the most comfortable for me. I'm an introvert, so I don't always feel like it. But I love showing up in this way. I really love training in this way. But I understand that for a lot of people, being on social media, being on camera, creating videos, doing, IG lives or Facebook lives is the worst thing in the world for them. They're literally like, I cannot think of anything worse than doing this and, and being on this, being online. And so I was thinking about what kind of opportunities I could give to other people that don't really want to build a personal brand. They don't want to build a social media profile, and they would love to create passive income, but just don't want to do the whole in front of the camera thing. And I came across Carla and her incredible business model. I've known about her for a really long time now, actually. And we were just chatting loads, and I was saying, God, I feel like my community really, really needs to know about this. Like, this is so perfect for so many of them. And I feel like in the conversations that I've had with a lot of you, you're doing all the right things, but there's just that block where you just don't want to put yourself out there on social media. And when I heard about this opportunity, I was like, this is so perfect. I need to take it to them. So I'm actually doing an Instagram live with Carla on Friday, and we're going to be talking about the business model with Amazon Kindle Publishing, where you don't need any social media profile, you don't need any physical products, you don't need any literary or writing skills or qualifications. You actually don't even have to write a word of these books yourself, but you can create a multiple six-figure income. And that's exactly what Carla's done. She's also taught thousands of other people how to do exactly this as well. And I'm so excited for you to hear about it. It's such a cool and random business model, but I just think it's amazing. Anyone can do it, and I feel like it's the perfect fit for some of you that have been trying to kind of shoehorn yourself into this box that I've created, and I feel like this is going to work perfectly for some of you. So I'm so excited about that. It's on Friday on our Instagram. Make sure you hop on and listen to that. You'll see the reminders on there, but yeah, I'm so excited for that. Also, I just wanted to let you know that we've got amazing stuff coming. Our app is about to be launched. Our Girls Building Empires app is about to be launched, which is epic. I wanted to run our 7-day lead magnet bootcamp on there, but it hasn't been approved on Android yet. So as always, there's always a little technical-ish with these things. So as soon as that is approved on Android, I'm going to be running my 7-day bootcamp on the app. I wanted to make sure that everyone has the best user experience so we can all do it together. So that is going to be now on the 13th. That is kicking off, and just so much cool stuff coming. I'm so excited to bring you these different business opportunities that I think are going to work perfectly with all the different wonderful personalities we have within this community. So look out for that. So I just want to it's going to be a bit of a short episode today, but there's 3 things that I really want to share with you. And this was actually inspired by a conversation I was having last night, because I was up working late last night. I try not to do that anymore, but I've got a lot going on at the minute, and I'm really kind of hands-on with a lot of areas of the business. And we have an evergreen webinar coming out, and I was talking to our marketing team, and we were going over some landing page reviews and things like that, and we were going back and forth, and she gave me the woman that I'm working with, she gave me some pointers about the registration page and was like, why don't you try this, why don't you try this? And I came back literally like 10 minutes later, and I'd made the changes to the page, and I was like, hey, I've done it, what do you think of this? And she came back and she was like, you are such a fast implementer. Like, you literally take the quickest action. You tell you to do something, and you literally do it straight away. And she said that is one of the biggest traits of successful people. And it really got me thinking about those kind of core traits that successful people have in common. And these are the things that make the difference between someone kind of like steadily going about their business and, you know, years go by and nothing really is changing, as opposed to the people that are just making these massive moves. You know, I don't know whether I see some people that I follow and I think, wow, you have had a massive year. Like, I can literally see the growth in you and in your business. And I feel like it comes down to these 3 points. These are kind of like the biggest areas where if you can get your head around these things and you can make sure that you are nailing all areas of this in your business, that's how you're going to be able to make those massive strides in your progress. So the first one, obviously, is being a quick implementer. So I'm sure you listen to loads of stuff. I'm sure you listen to loads of podcasts and books and things like that. And if you're like me, I just get so many ideas. There's always something popping up where I'm like, oh yeah, that would be good. Or maybe I can do that, and maybe I can do that. And I think the real discipline, it's kind of twofold, is that first of all, understanding which bits to apply to you. Like, there is amazing advice everywhere, and you could implement all of it in your business, which isn't really going to work. So the first part of this is actually understanding which bits to take on and which bits to leave. The second part is then implementing those things quickly. And this is where me and
and Kurt are so different. Like, he's like, right, let's sit down, let's put a plan together, let's figure it out. And I'm like, no, let's go. Like, let's put it in place now. And I think that actually serves me really well in business. And I think a lot of the time, that's why people are just not progressing as fast as they want to, because they have the idea, they have that brainwave, and they're like, yes, oh my goodness, this is something that I need to do. But then they just sit on it, like just waiting for the perfect time, or like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So if you can get into the habit of learning something and just instantly implementing it, whether you feel ready or not, whether you know what you're doing or not, but just feeling like, okay, I'm just going to take some action towards putting that into practice, then you're going to make so much more progress. So that is a key number one. The second thing is that I feel like the people that are making the biggest moves just have quick bounce back ability, and they understand that failure, or what others would view as failure, is honestly just a part of business. And I know that this is actually a really cliche sentence that we hear all the time, and we say, you know, failure is a big part of business and you have to fail and blah, blah, blah. But genuinely, it's a reality. And when I say fail, I mean, you might do a launch and it fails. You might put a product out there and it fails. You might do, you know, there's so many things. And actually, you just have to keep getting up and going again, and getting up really quickly. And instead of kind of thinking like, right, I did this launch, it didn't go the way that I wanted it to go, I thought this was going to happen and it just didn't work. Instead of spending like a week thinking about all the ways it should have worked and this should have happened, and, you know, if this had have happened, then that would have been better, and kind of in this place of like shoulda, woulda, coulda, instead of being in that place, the quickest that you can switch and get focused on that new goal, that new vision, that new direction, and just getting over the fact that that first go didn't work, the quicker you can actually get to what you want it is that you know what it is that you want to do. You can like get to that point where it does work and it is working perfectly. And my parents always used to laugh at me, because when we were looking at our house, the house that we're in now, when we were first looking at it, I would look at something, I'd find this house and I'd be like, yes, this is the house that we want. It's amazing, it's got this, and I would fully visualize myself living in that house. And actually, this is kind of happening the same right now, because we're renovating our house, we're putting in planning permission to get our house redone. And whenever I am set on something, I'm like obsessed with it. I'm literally full vision, I'm living that life. And we've had our planning permission denied a million times now. We also missed out on loads of houses before we were able to buy this house. And I would literally get the call saying it's not worked out, or we'd get the call about the planning permission saying it's not worked out. I'd be bummed for like 10 minutes. And then literally 20 minutes later, I've got a whole new vision and plan for this new house or this new design of house, or I'm like full blown in it on the next bit. Then I'm like, that's fine, whatever, let's go on to the next one. And I feel like, again, that served me really well in business. And this is something that is really important for you to have. So much of what you do is not going to go the way that you thought it was going to. And the quicker you can just flip it and just completely park it. Of course, you're going to learn from those mistakes, that, you know, it's really important that you do, but just park it and get reset, just shift immediately and get reset and refocused on that new goal. That is how you're going to keep moving forward quicker, because you're not wasting time thinking, oh, it should have gone like this and blah, 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 blah. What a wasted emotion. That's completely pointless emotion. You might as well get reset and, you know, and refocused and start moving forward. So I feel like that quick bounce back ability, not overthinking it, not taking it personally, not thinking, oh, if I was, you know, kind of feeling like it's you that's made it all gone wrong and that everyone else is just winning all the time and it's only you. Honestly, everyone is failing a million times. Since taking over Girls Building Empires, I have failed a million times, and some things have worked way better than I thought. So you just can't get caught up on the things that don't work, because there are a million other things to try. So that quick bounce back ability is key. And then lastly, they have an attitude of everything is figure outable. It's actually Marie Forleo that talks about that a lot. And just whatever it is that you're faced with, there is always a way to figure it out. Again, this is something that my family laugh at a lot, because I just feel like there is always a way. Like, no matter what I'm faced with, if someone says no to me, or if I'm not able to do something, I'm like, there is always a way though. You may have to get mega creative, but there is always a way. But also just things in your business that you may need to do that maybe don't come that naturally to you. you just need to figure out a way to figure it out. Like, you can't just wait for other people to figure these things out for you, or situations to just dissolve. You just have to quickly say, right, okay, what's the solution? How can I work through this? This is what I'm faced with right now. How can I work through this? And I've had this so much since taking over Girls Building Empires. Like, my goodness, it has been like the biggest learning curve for me. It has been like every day has been a massive school day, and I feel like I've just done a crash course in business, because so much stuff is being thrown at me and I'm like, I have no idea how to do that. I've never done that before. I have no idea how to even do this, but I just have that attitude of, I'll just figure it out. Like, you know, if someone can do it, I can do it. I'll figure out how to do it. And I remember when I was a couple of months into Girls Building Empires, and a mentor of mine gave me this, told me about this funnel, this challenge funnel. Was like, it's amazing. It's like generating all this income, and it's like really, really proven funnel. You should implement it. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. And it was on ClickFunnels. So ClickFunnels is a tech platform. It's amazing. It's really complex. Like, I've been so used to KAJABI, and I've been doing everything on KAJABI. And I love KAJABI because I feel like it's really like user friendly. And I am pretty techie, but I looked at ClickFunnels and I was like, what? All the terminology was different. The way it was built, like just the way that you use things. I was like, this is literally like another language. And I literally had a couple of days to build out this whole funnel. There were so many stages to it, and just learn this platform and learn this process. And I just dove into it, and now I'm really good at ClickFunnels. Now I fully understand it and I figured it out. But I could have waited for another funnel to come along and be like, oh, I'm going to wait for something better to come along. I could have waited for someone else to do it for me, but I just thought, you know what, as a business owner, I feel like it's really important that you understand how to do every aspect of your business. Even though I don't think in the long term it's right for you to do every aspect of your business, and I do like totally believe in outsourcing, I feel like if there's an area like that that you really don't understand, then it's up to you to understand it. And just have that attitude of, I don't know what to do here. I have no idea. I've never done this thing before, but I'm going to figure it out. And that's really, you know, how I'm navigating myself through the process of, you know, of being a CEO of Girls Building Empires. And so much is being thrown at me that I have no idea how to do it, but I'm learning so much, and I feel so satisfied at the rate that I'm learning, because I'm just throwing myself into everything, and that's why we're making the moves that we're making. So those 3 things are so important. Let's recap. The first one is be a quick implementer. First of all, decide which things are for you and your business, and then as soon as you decide which ones they are, implement them like yesterday. Get going straight away. Don't overthink it. Start taking action towards that and just get it moving. Second one is have that bounce back ability. It does not matter what's gone wrong. It only matters what you're going to do next. Like, keep going next. The things that have gone wrong and the failures that you've had so far mean absolutely nothing about you as a business owner, about your character, about how good you are and how worthy you are of success. It does not matter whatsoever. So park it, get refocused, and keep moving forward. Lastly, have that attitude of everything is figure outable. If you have no idea what you're doing, there is a way to figure it out. So just figure it out. Be committed to up-leveling your skills. Don't get stuck on your current skill set and be like, this is me, this is the limit of what I'm able to do, and this is where it stops. Be hungry to upgrade your skill set all the time, because every time you upgrade your skill set, you upgrade your earning potential. Every time you upgrade your earning potential, you upgrade your life. So don't get stuck and cap yourself. Don't put a ceiling on your own growth and say, this is where I stop. Be hungry to break through that ceiling, and just have that attitude of, I'm going to figure this out, even though I currently have no clue what the fuck is going on. So I hope you found that helpful. Really hope that you can implement those things that I just said, and really be aware of where you are on the scale in those areas. If you listen to those 3, if there's one that you're like, oh, I definitely don't do that, then dive all in with that. And I can't wait to see you next week with an incredible episode. I've got some amazing guests coming on. If you love this episode, please tag me at Carly Myers Life. Share it with everyone else that you think will find this helpful, and welcome them into our community. Send them our way into Girls Building Empires, because we've got an incredible incredible year ahead of us, and I'm so excited for you to be a part of it. Thank you so much. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Hey, just a quickie. If you loved this episode, which I'm sure that you did, it would mean so much to me if you would head over to iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen to this and leave me a 5-star review. It means so much, and it does make, honestly, such a massive difference to how we're able to grow this podcast. And also make sure that you subscribe as well. If you hit that subscribe button, you will never miss one of our episodes. Share this with anyone else that you think will find it valuable, and I so appreciate all of your support. Thanks so much. Bye.